here, and then Coach was waiting for his sounder. He was not going to do anything without it.
I was not. I will not. I don't work without a sounder. That's one of my rules I wrote into my contract. Honestly, I picked Slightly Stoopid because they remind me of me. No.
Wait, you have a contract?
Yeah, I do. I had to sign one. I know you didn't. You got a walk-on thing. I was you. You were after contracts, so don't worry. It has not worked out in my favor. I should not.
We're union.
Yeah. So they were founded in 1994, but their first CD did not come out till 96. I did not start listening to them until 2024. So there's a couple songs that I've heard with some other bands before I knew who they were, but none of those made my list. So
they're that old, 94. Is that what you said?
94 to current. And what's crazy, another crazy fact about them is they're a 6-piece band. They have a vocal and bass guitar, vocal and regular guitar or whatever, brass, a drummer, a saxophone, a trombone, and a keyboardist. They've only had 9 total band members in their history. They've only switched the drummer, who was there from 94 to 2000. Now their current one has been there since 2000. They added a saxophone player in 06. They added a trombone player in 2013 when they got rid of their trumpet player. And then they used to have a background vocals person, and he was only there from 03 to 24. So he just left the band. So
wow.
No cowbell player?
No cowbell. And I think they like their last technical album, they do have like some new stuff, singles and stuff out since, but their last album released, I believe, was 2018. They have some songs with Sublime and stuff, which is not on my list, but released in like 2024. They're still touring. The reason they do a bunch of Bumpin' Uglies covers, and they travel with Bumpin' Uglies and are at a bunch of concerts. That's kind of how I kept running into them also. So
they sound dynamic.
They're fun, man. They got a lot of sound, a ton of sound, and all like their early stuff, super reggae. And then there's like some rock reggae stuff in there. And then they don't do as much of the rap, ska stuff or whatever that I tend to go for, but they still have a lot of that stuff. So, my number 5 is off of their 2017 album Chronic-itis, and it is called 2 a.m. And it's just a song about everything that happens at the wrong hours of the night. Some good, some bad.
That's usually when I go pee.
Yeah. Well, they're peeing,
5 a.m. for me.
Yeah. Mine's at 11:45, 2 a.m., 4:43, and then 7 minutes before my alarm goes off. And I try to go lay back down, and no. I might have a prostate problem, but we're getting to that age, guys. My number 4 is off of their 2015 album, Meanwhile Back in the Lab. It is The Prophet. And this song's a pretty cool, it's like this one is more of a hip hop reggae song. Probably one of their more hip hop songs, except for maybe one other one on my list. But it's a cool sounding song, so you'll hear it if you listen to it. My number 3 is off their 2018 album, Everyday Life for Everyday People, and it's One More Night. And this is kind of like I don't know. This is one of their more singy songs. It's awesome. It's like super awesome sound. I mean, like I said, we found them because of horns, and they just got so much sound. And this song just puts all of it together. And they're crazy, even more crazy when they combine with some of these other bands, because they don't get rid of drummers or saxophone. They just add members to it and more sound. It's badass, and I like it. Both sounds not bad.
And for them to stay that long is a testament just to how the band works.
Yeah. They've got some, like, I guess on Spotify, they're number 1, downloaded song or whatever has 91,992,165. So a lot of people have heard of them. They are big in their community. They're just not big outside of their community. They were never played on the radio. But to get 91 millions of this is also a song with a bigger band. Well, actually, I take that back. They have one bigger than that, has 150 million, which is actually on my list. But so anyways, they are a bigger band, but just your average person probably, unless they're into that type of music, hasn't heard of them. So my number 2 is actually off of the 2005 album Closer to the Sun, and it is their number 150 million downloaded song, Closer to the Sun. And it's another just so much sound, and it's an awesome song. So I don't do any of them justice. I listened to my top 7 right before the show when I was running, just to kind of, make sure, like, do I really love these 7? Are these my tops? No, so. My number 1 song is the song that I found on the Horns list, and I almost used it. It was I don't even know if I mentioned it as honorable mention, but I looked back. It is written down, but not a number beside it, so I've never used it. And this one's kind of like would have been my favorite high school song had it come out when I was in high school, had I found them. This came out in 2003 off of Everything You Need, and this is Officer. And it's talking about getting pulled over and always getting harassed by the officer. And, do I have a little bit on me? Yeah, but why you always got to harass me all the time? And super good song. So, and then
go ahead.
I was gonna say the one that you mentioned that is actually probably my favorite album, or one of my favorite albums that they did, is off of their 2008 album. It's Slightly Not Stoned Enough for Breakfast Yet, Stoopid. Is the album. The song is No Cocaine. And it's a fucking it's a weed song is basically what it is. But he's like, basically he does, I need everything but no cocaine. And he's talking about drinking and smoking and doing all this but no cocaine, So and then, like, the one that I I thought was their number 1 is one with Stick Figures, which was probably the number 2 band I was gonna go with, and it's World on Fire, which is a freaking awesome song. And that I think there's 10 people playing by the time they get all their instruments together in that. And it's pretty badass. It's almost like an orchestra of sound.
Hell yeah.
I got my 7.
There will be a playlist. You can listen to all the 15 of the ones we've talked about, our top 5s.